sun decks can be a real problem if there's a lot of wear and tear on the surface, especially if there's an animal like a large dog chewing a bone, will take the surface element right off the sun deck. Now, in this particular case, the homeowner's got a beautiful backyard deck. They put a canopy over top in order to increase their living space, but now they want to put a surface here that's going to be durable, that's going to take that wear and tear. As you can see over here, there's an actual damage point already that the dog has chewed off, and they've tried to repair it. Well, in order to put a surface on here that's going to last, let's talk to the professionals. And with me, folks, to talk about sun decks, I have Lee Hicks, and he's from the Coast Fibertech Products Company. How are you doing, Lee?
Great, thanks, Joe.
Now, here you've selected fiberglass. Why?
Well, fiberglass is the deck coating that's been around the longest, and it's the toughest deck coating you can possibly put on there.
And I guess you can use it anywhere in the world, actually.
You can use it anywhere in the world.
What about do-it-yourselfers? Do-it-yourselfers
can do the decks themselves, but I would recommend that they get good professional advice before undertaking their project.
We're tearing the old railings off here because the homeowners decided to put on new aluminum railings.
Well, that will certainly make the application of the fiberglass a lot easier, Shell.
Lee, I see they're tearing off the old metal drip cap around the edge.
That's right, Shell, and they'll be replacing that with a wooden drip edge after they've installed the new layer of plywood.
Well, here comes the plywood, Lee, and I see they're using a sheathing grade of plywood.
The professionals like to use a sheathing grade because they've got a better bond with the fiberglass to it.
Down goes the construction adhesive. Now, you've got professionals here, and I understand that you belong to an association?
That's correct. We have developed an association with the member contractors and the suppliers to ensure that we install high quality and high workmanship on all the fiberglass decks over living quarters.
Okay, Lee, what's happening now?
Well, Shell, they're mixing the filler, and they're going to fill up all the cracks, joints, and defects in the plywood. That's used as a space taker to hold the resin up in the material until such time as it cures.
So that's the open knots and also the seams in the plywood.
Now, Shell, we're going to roll out the glass matting onto the deck here. It comes in two widths, either 38-inch or 50-inch. They're going to roll it out, overlap the feathered edge, and then cut it off to size. Well, Lee, the fiberglass matting's all cut to size now. What's next? Okay, next, Shell, is they're going to take their polyester resin, add a catalyst to it, mix it up, and then they're going to saturate this fiberglass mat with that resin.
And that's going to bite to the plywood below.
That will bond, and that will cure as one unit with the plywood.
Why the two rollers?
The second roller is to roll any air bubbles out that are trapped underneath and float the resin up to give you a good waterproof membrane.
Now they're sanding. Is that for purposes of keying the next coat?
They're going to give it a scuff sanding now that the membrane is cured to remove any little burrs that are sticking up and provide a good key in for the following coat.
Now this is the time that the color comes. This is the top coat, I assume.
Well, this is one of the top coats, Shell. The first one is a seal coat of half and half of top coat in the resin, just to ensure that everything is sealed right up top. This will be followed in a couple hours by the final coat.
Lee, that deck looks super.
Well, not only does it look super, Shell, this deck is very, very durable, it's low maintenance, and totally waterproof.
Now, can I put this over a living space?
This is an excellent system for going over living areas.
Well, I want to thank you very much for coming out and giving us a whole rundown of fiberglass and for certainly making this deck look a lot better.
Well, thanks very much for having us, Shell.
Boy, I'll tell you, those pro-built railings sure trim everything off around here, and oh, he can have all the fun he wants. Now, why don't you check out fiberglass for your deck?